So you saw what the intro said. Here is what the blogs posted because they always put a black woman who's with a white man in a positive light. But remember, we were just recently talking about that basketball player, child. Can't remember his name. And they didn't have no empathy or sympathy for him. And we know that the community is not out here fighting for that man that decided that he didn't want to celebrate Pride with the NBA and he was let go. Prayers up. Family of influencer Ashley Jana called for justice after she passed away during birthday trip in Zanzibar with her fiance. Passed away? It wasn't just by accident. Allegedly. We'll get there. It says on April the 12th, the family put out this statement. Ashley Robinson was on what should have been one of the happiest trips of her life, a birthday celebration in Zanzibar, Africa. Ashley's birthday was April the 5th. She turned 31. Surrounded by beauty, love, and wildlife, she became engaged during a safari, an unforgettable moment that marked the start of a future she was so excited to build. She and her fiance, John McCann, were staying in a luxury villa at the Zuri, Zanzibar, continuing what we believe was her dream trip. But just days later, that dream turned into our family's worst nightmare. Ashley was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. Nothing about this loss feels real. One moment she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashley fashion, and the next she was gone. So now we're over here on Twitter. Let's do our own investigation. It's interesting how people still are falling for what they see on the internet and believe everything they see on the internet until it's something that they don't like. Then all of a sudden it's fake. This was allegedly all real. We need justice for my friend Ashley Jana, who was found deceased in her hotel in Tanzania, and her fiance, Joe McCann, claims she HUNG'd herself. Anyone who knows Ash knows she would never commit self-deletion. We need answers now. Oh, now, here's the question. And rest in peace to this woman, because if she was taken on up out of here, you know how I feel about that. But if the roles were reversed, would you still be hearing this? Now, Savannah Britt up here, she's clearly black. So never wonder why there ends up being a rift between the community, because it's okay for black women to be with white men. Everybody got to come together. But when it's a white girl with a black guy and something happens to him, it's F it, y'all should have never. How come y'all? It ain't right. You disrespect black women. You disrespect black. I don't see none of this. She disrespected black men. What does this say? My dog. Congratulations, me and Taylor crashing the wedding. Laughing my ass off my dog. Let's see that rock. Thank you, man. Don't need to crash something you'd be invited to, but we'll probably just elope. I don't want a big wedding, maybe a big after party. We shall be there. Everybody's all happy, and they should be. Somebody gets engaged. You know, there's not many engagements in the community. Now they're calling for justice, child. We need justice. You have faith in Zanzibar, okay? You probably, this probably is not the time to be calling out boycotting Zanzibar since you want Zanzibar to figure out what happened. That's just my thought process, but what do I know? Okay. So, you put all this stuff out here and everything is everything, and people just want to believe everything that they see on the internet. How many times do I say people be lying on this here internet? Okay.
I came across the story, but I also came across these tweets. Family. Apparently, she's a divester, and she doesn't like black men very much. So when people are wanting her not to go to Africa with this guy, of course she's not going to listen, man. She's with the white man, okay? Now, that's not bad there. Apparently, this was a more recent post. And we'll get into all of that a little bit later. I'm just getting warmed up on the story. I want y'all to know everything up front. There's a lot going on here, family. So hopefully for the family, he's arrested and prosecuted. And then you got Health who will get online and be saying these things. Let's get into this. Oh, we're going to get into this. Because I can't leave this out. And this tweet here. Everyday black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. This was in 2024. I'm going to go to, these are older tweets. But this is one of the newest ones. Let's go to this one. Apparently, this one was more recent. Oh brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about all the Miami men, not white, beating their women still. Or is that too touchy? Go live your life while I live mine. Apparently, she said this 5 days ago, okay? Her preference ended her life. Her preference and her calling herself the soft life divester ended her life. Worshipping a whiteness lost her life because there were warning signs. People in her comment section were warning her. Do y'all know you had coons mad because people pointed out that she was being warned not to go on a trip with this white man, but you coons, you sellouts, were mad because people were warning her. Because you yourself worship whiteness, and you see no problem with her going on this trip with this man who was sketchy. Sketchy. Unbelievable.
So I'm sure all you guys heard this by now, that Ashley Jana, the black woman that was strangled by her white husband, right? And so it was found that she lost her life, she passed away, at a hotel, correct? Somebody literally predicted that he was going to take her life. Check her Instagram and check the comment section 20 weeks ago. That is crazy. Not only that, some black man was saying rest in peace. She was telling, hey, you can't believe what she said on social media about black men. She called black men abusive. Here's this. She wanted big children growing up. Look what she said about black men, right? Now, I think it's horrible what happened. Condolences to her family, right? Look at the way he was looking at Ashlee through these pictures. Like, that's crazy. And remember when this black man was unalived by his white girlfriend and black woman was laughing, celebrating rest in preference, right? Because that black man said he would rather sleep with a white dog than a black bee. That is crazy. And I'm going to call out both sides. I think it's sad, black men and women that lost her life, right? Unfortunately, but y'all don't understand. When you have a white girlfriend or a white man and you get your life taken away by them, and black people see these posts, you bring it down your own people, rather black women, black men, black people are going to laugh at you. They're also going to say rest in preference to you. You don't want that to happen. I just feel like if you're dating outside your race, please don't bring down the black community. You know what I mean? Love who you love. Black men and black women. If you're dating them, please watch what you post on social media. You don't want other black people celebrating and making all these jokes about you. Like, that's what you get. You don't want that to happen, okay? I feel like it's sad both ways to them. My personal opinion. It's my opinion. But that's crazy, man.
Is a 31-year-old black woman influencer who was engaged to white man Joe McCann. Ashley Jana was recently found in her Tanzanian hotel room hanging and unalive, as you can expect. And as we see here in this first example, that Ashley Jana was a divester. She believed that black men were beneath black women and that dating black men equated to settling for less and struggling for love. So I just want to show a quick couple examples.
Ashley Jana thought that black men were embarrassing every day. Ashley Jana also had a fetishization for mixed children. You see, a lot of black women internalize and pretty much harbor on their negative dating experiences with black men. And that in turn causes them to believe that other races of men are somehow better people than the black men that they've chosen. So it's imperative that we teach our young black women to look inward in reflection to their dating choices, or at least have the ability to do so. Because every time you have a negative experience dating, it doesn't mean that an entire race of men are less than or beneath you, especially the ones that were, on slave ships with you. But to not, divulge into a different topic totally, I believe is so important to teach black women just how, dangerous it is to date not just only outside of your race. It's not like she was with an Asian man. It's not like she was with a Hispanic man. She was with a man who believed in AI data centers and voted for Trump. So this is not just dating outside of your race. This is literally looking for the outlier amongst people who would, other than the fact that they're sexually attracted to you, they would hate you and hate your existence. And these are the type of things that happen. And I'm also not asking black men for empathy on this, because we don't have to ask black women for empathy when these situations, like when black men date white women and they lose their lives. So I think it's all equal. I think this is, I think she's getting the treatment she deserves across the internet. And I hope that her losing her life is a lesson to black women across the planet. Because you have a negative experience with a black man, it does not mean that a potentially racist man is the answer.
It's only racism when it doesn't pan out the way y'all thought it was going to pan out for your aesthetic. So this young lady, Ashley Jana, went on a vacation for her birthday to Tanzania with her Caucasian boyfriend, which would turn out to be a fiance, right? They posted videos and all this, the trip, the engagement, all that. Then on the way back, it's alleged from the boyfriend, the Caucasian boyfriend / fiance, that she herself just randomly, right? Now her friends and people online, specifically black women online, talking about, oh, we need to make this story national news and all that. And I have no problem with that. I have a problem with them trying to now change the narrative and pull at people's emotional things. Because generally when y'all date outside the race, how y'all handle it in these situations, y'all love to bash about how white men spoil black women, and like that's why y'all need to date outside your race, because you can't get the treatment you want. Now all of a sudden you want us to blow this story up and support you when didn't you go over there to be treated better? It's supposed to be a better environment. Now you're trying to make it a racism thing because of this tragedy, which it is a tragedy, but when it doesn't work out the way you want, you don't have the right to try to switch the narrative to get the attention that you want in another marriage. You went over there looking for a certain treatment. It ended in a horrible way. It's alleged. We don't know what really happened. What I'm saying is how y'all tried to shift it to, oh, it's racism. Who told you to go over there in the first place? Who told you to go over there with that white man? That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure you've heard of the influencer, Ashley Jana, who went on vacation for her 31st birthday to Tanzania with her fiance. She got engaged on the vacation and then suspiciously died. He came back to the States, didn't report it for 2 days. He says she hung herself. It's just the whole thing is weird. I'm not familiar with her content, and I'm really sad that this is how I've become familiar with her and who she is and all this type of stuff. The response to all of this from black men is so hostile. Did she say something bad about black men? Because this is a little bit more than the usual hotepery foundational black American hating on, you feel me, the loving the Virginia teas. You know what I'm saying? This is niggas are being hostile, damn. It definitely gives she was into it, and I'm just trying to figure out what I missed something. And that's okay, because like I said, I wasn't familiar with her. But can someone fill me in? Because I swear I remember reading some of these comments hold on, y'all. Hold on. This lady, she must have did something. No, not to deserve death. I'm saying, you know how y'all get when you have someone on radar that you have a problem with and then something happens. You know how y'all get. Also, intimate partner violence is so fucking scary and it's so fucking common. And the thing that really scares me most about it is it's you just never know. You never know what the fuck folks got going on, because women literally die every day at the hands of the men who are supposed to love them and cherish them and take care of them.
Now, this could happen with anyone, unfortunately. I personally believe that there's too many people that don't vet people. Rest in peace to this woman. If the man is responsible, he definitely needs to be held accountable. I'm thinking that it's not the time to be bashing Africa, Zanzibar, since you want them to take care of the situation. I'm glad that someone else mentioned Shanquella, because I think that that was a travesty as well. As far as this case is concerned, I don't believe that she self-deleted because it just doesn't make any sense. At the same time, good luck worrying about soft life over actually caring for your life, allegedly. Now, we on the internet know about this, divestment, soft lives. There's people's families, like I've said before, that don't know anything about it. They might know she's an influencer, but if they look deeply into things, they may be able to find exactly what I knew people would find. It's the bashing of black men and thinking that they won some prize, and then things like this happen. Is it all the time? No. Is it enough of time? I feel like it is. Then when the roles are reversed, who cares? Rest in preference and all these other crazy things that these women be saying. Stop worrying about other people if you're not worried about other people. But we all know that be a lie. Anyway, we'll see what else happens, if anything. Make sure y'all send it to me. Y'all, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you hype it up. Make sure you comment. Subscribe if you are new. I see you all in the next one.
That's the kind of stuff you watch from a distance.